guys, I can't keep up. I mean, like, I was genuinely surprised with the amount of leaks that we've been getting, like, so much, regarding the, Godzilla X Kong New Empire toy line, basically. And it's like, at this point, I'm convinced there's no way that these are leaks. They have to be out, right, I bet, at this point, because they are pretty much showing up everywhere. For the most part, it seems like a lot of people are mostly finding these at Walmart. And a lot of these pictures are kind of sketchy for the most part because they don't really say exactly where they're from, because there's people that are actually buying these already. And from what I've been told, they're already getting eBay listings, which we all know that's going to be great. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely not going to cause headaches with Godzilla fans for sure. I'm just going to try and jump right into it the best way I can. So game plan, obviously, for the whole week, I'm gonna be, covering just mostly Godzilla X Kong toy related stuff. That's pretty much the plan. As for the toy reviews, I know that's a little bit of a sort of a mixed bag. I'm not really too sure exactly where I can really go down with that. Cause like I want to do one, but at the same time, I really want to like get the nice good coverage of like all the leaks so far. So I'll probably even do a video just kind of showing off what we've seen so far and all that. So let's begin the basic figures. So we're gonna keep it nice and short. I'm not gonna like talk about every single figure that's coming out. Obviously, I'm gonna do a little bit through droves. Basically, we're gonna be talking about the the 6-inch figures, your basics, obviously. Like your action figures and all that. So, from what I could think of, there's the Godzilla with Heat Ray, Evolved Godzilla, Kong with Beast Glove, Suko with Titanus Doug, and Scar King. And then of course we all know about Shumo. Wow. I mean, I don't even know where to really start. I really want to talk about the Heat Ray Godzilla, if I'm being honest, because what I found so interesting is that it looks like an updated version, pretty much, of the previous one that came out a long time ago during the GVK toy line. And basically, yeah. So just to kind of put it a little simple. Obviously, it's like your regular Godzilla figure, but he's mostly it's just a black color. His dorsal fins, of course, is whatever. His spikes, they glow, not glow, but they're translucent. And then of course you got the heat ray piece. So it looks like, according to this new one, the figure seems to be like slightly updated for the most part. It looks like there's maybe not new sculpt, but for sure you could definitely tell that there's maybe a little bit of some different paint apps going on. He's still mostly a darker color, but the heat ray piece is completely brand new for the most part. And the reason why I'm saying that, it's because I've noticed, and I can't find the picture. Like, I should have screenshotted it. Somewhere I saw somebody buying, a Godzilla figure in Scar King, and it's supposed to be the Heat Ray Godzilla, but it looks different from the ones that we found, that from what we've seen. So that means a couple of things. Either they're actually doing reissues of the older Godzilla figures just with this new packaging, or there's going to be two different versions of the Heat Ray Godzilla, which that one I found a little bit weird and sketchy. I don't really know how to really explain it, because the only best way I can really describe it, honestly, is that it just looks like that they just kind of wanted to release a Godzilla figure, like normal and not evolved, because we are getting a normal 5 or 6 inch, evolved Godzilla figure. It's even right next to each other. If you look at the back of the package, we can see two versions. I love that they implemented that. And another thing I wanted to point out too is the Godzilla figure. He looks like fine, like basic, like we know what he looks like, during the MonsterVerse. But with the evolved version, I like how you could tell he seems like maybe slightly taller, and you can see just a tiny bit of how he looks, sculpt wise and all that, and the details. I like the idea though that he's like taller and skinnier now. Like, is he like a professional basketball player now? That might sound weird, but mind you, that's an actual real comic. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. I forgot who he was playing basketball against, but you get the point. That's a real thing in Godzilla history. But that's cool. But obviously, you also got Kong with Beast Glove, and it looks like there's a new heave. It's like a bioengineer, bio heave thing. So I remember at first looking at it, it was so weird because the pictures were just so blurry. You couldn't really make out exactly what that was. Now that we can, it's like, oh, okay, it definitely puts it to perspective. So now it's a brand new vehicle, because the heave, it was like a It's basically like a giant, big ass flying car. That's what it is. Except, it's meant to kind of go through the hollow earth, basically, and not like any other ordinary vehicle that can. So that's cool that we're seeing something different. I mean, we've been getting vehicles up the ass throughout this entire toy line. I mean, we've gotten jets, we gotten ospreys, tanks. Well, not really. We got like one tank, but you get the idea. Did I mention jets? Yeah. So I'm glad that they're still continuing that. I would still like to see maybe some buildings for the most part, because the only time we ever got like a figure with a piece of a building is with the Godzilla with radio tower figure. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain. Still nice figures, even though most of them did reuse like the same sculpts and all that. This one is definitely completely brand new for sure. Well, besides the Godzilla with Heat Ray, that one's still debatable. We need to see these in person before we can analyze it completely. Long story short, you will definitely see a toy review of that whenever I get it. So of course, continuing, let's talk about Suko, because I remember we were debating so much on the name. It was either Sumo or Suho, so I guess now it's finally Suko, because now we finally got a better quality picture of it. It looks adorable, and the fact that he comes with another buddy called Titanus Doug, and I'm like, they legit named this man Doug. That is the most funniest shit ever. I'm sorry, Titanus Doug. That's great, man. All right. I mean, obviously because he's tiny, and it's like he has to come with someone. I wonder if they got that idea from the Mutant Mayhem films where they did the 2 packs with the turtle tots. I wonder. I mean, not really. I think I'm thinking way too deep into it, but you get the idea. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Interesting though, at least but still. I can't really tell what's on his hand though. It looks like maybe a rock. I don't know. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's holding something. We're gonna have to wait and see. I kind of hope that that's not part of him though, because I know sometimes toys they do that. They come with an accessory. It's like kind of attached to them. I don't think so, but I hope it's not the case. I think Scar King. He looks great. He looks really nice. And I'm glad that we're finally getting more pictures, kind of showing him a little bit more clearly. And of course, we know that his weapon is, of course, the giant thing that he kind of puts around. It's like a spine, but like whose spine is it? I don't know. We all know that there was probably like a Godzilla and Kong war at some point. I mean, there was, but like, what's his involvement in it? Because that trailer, it's nuts. Like I watch it so many times just to see him. He looks so intimidating. Speaking of intimidating, a lot of these leaks, because wow, there's so many pictures out there. Like I can't really fit all of them. I don't even know who to give credit to either. I might as well just like give credit to the people that kind of helped show me some of the links. So So I give shout outs to Creative Mind and Team Kong Fam and sorry, there's a couple more. See, that's the problem though. I'm trying to think so much too. It's like, and my brain hurts. Like the amount of information that I found so far. It's nuts. And oh, hold that thought. Oops, sorry about that. Like when I get interruptions, you know what I mean. I try to pause the best way I can. Anyway, yeah. So that's the thing too. Like I don't know exactly where these leads come from, because they just come from like everywhere. So it's like it's so hard to kind of pinpoint where they're from, and of course I want to try and give credit. So like I said, Team Kong Fam, Creative Mind, Super Mando Bros, and his main channel, Best I Can Build. So of course I thought I'd just kind of give those channels out, and then SML2 as well. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because like I don't think it's fair, you know what I mean? Because they were basically here first. They kind of the ones that found everything, so it wouldn't really be fair for me, you know. Basically, the whole purpose of me, I'm just basically like I'm like the news guy that's like late to the party, because let's be honest, we all know I have that problem. By the time I get to something, it's like way too late. But hell no, am I gonna dip out on the Godzilla craze? No. I mean, I already said it, I'm gonna be like on top of this for sure. At least the best way I can. And we're definitely gonna continue more with the discussion. I wanna keep these videos maybe a little bit nice and short, you know what I mean? So I'll definitely put as much coverage as I can. Talk about it, Obviously talking about every single leak, that's gonna be hard. But we'll get through it. So yeah, it's cool. At least we're finally getting more better quality pictures to kind of take a look at. Obviously, we still got some kind of questions about certain things, but I think we'll definitely get some more stuff within time. And then of course that's not even counting the 2 packs. Obviously, they look great. We'll get more into that soon for sure. So until then, thank you guys for watching. I know this is kind of a short one, but Just kind of keep it nice and simple. That's my plan for this week. All right. And yeah, that's about it. So leave a like, subscribe if you want, and that's it. See ya.